If folks could just have their seats, I know we're happy to be out in real life. Thank you so much for being here tonight. I'm Rich Nightingale. It is my honor and privilege to serve as the President and CEO of WestHab. I expect applause like that every pause. It's super important. I will be honest, and I'm going to go totally off script. We are so overwhelmed with this turnout tonight of friends and supporters to celebrate 40 years. This is really cool. This is really special to us. As I welcome folks in the room, I also want to welcome some folks live on YouTube. I believe in the internet that this is happening and that we're broadcast straight to your home. Those guys are in pajamas, so they are winning. Tonight is a super big deal for us. We love celebrating our Building Communities, Changing Lives celebration dinner, but tonight has two really special aspects to it. The first is celebrating 40 years of service with this community. And I'll say it's been a pleasure also building this extended family over those 40 years. The second is that tonight we will close out the Dayspring campaign for our brand new Dayspring Community Center in Yonkers. Dayspring in so many ways really epitomizes what WestHab is all about. If you don't know, you've probably heard me say this by now, but if you don't, Dayspring is in Southwest Yonkers. It is a full-service campus. We built a brand new 63-unit affordable housing building next to turning a beautiful old church into a full-service community center for the entire neighborhood. We've been working on Dayspring for many years with many of you. We've had a Dayspring campaign. We've had this fantastic Dayspring campaign committee for years. And tonight we close out that campaign as we open Dayspring's doors for the community. Over the course of 40 years, WestHab has helped 9,000 homeless households move to permanent housing and a place to call home. We've built, created, developed 1,000 homes. We've placed over 7,000 job seekers into employment, and we've served over 10,000 young people. But we all know that WestHab is so much more than numbers. Every one of those numbers represents a person's individual story of change, of reaching their goals, of persevering over tremendous obstacles, and it's been an honor to be a small part in so many people's journeys. I hope you'll bear with me a little. I have a lot of thank yous for our 40th, and I've been told to go very fast, so I'll do my best. We have so many supporters. It's really overwhelming. I'd first like to recognize tonight's event chairs, Betty and Stuart Cotton, Randy and Ken Hanaw, and Christine and Tom Tormey. In recognition of our 40th, I needed to make special mention and give a couple special awards to folks that have made an unbelievable impact on our organization. We're actually joined tonight by members of our founding family. So WestHab was founded by the late Charles Weinberg, or anyone in my generation, Mr. Weinberg. Mr. Weinberg wore a yellow tie at every special event, and you'll see a lot of the WestHabbers in the room doing so. We're joined tonight by his wife, Judy Weinberg. Judy does not miss a groundbreaking or a ribbon cutting or anything else. I also wanted to pay homage and mention other founders of WestHab, the late Augie Gold and the late Dave Bogdanoff, who made an unbelievable impact on our community. Charles Weinberg was WestHab's first chair, but we've only had 3 in our 40-year history. Following Mr. Weinberg was Tom Brock, who served as our board chair for 10 years, and our current board chair, who I believe is watching on YouTube, and we appreciate you, our current board chair and our 3rd in our history, Jesse Krasnow. WestHab is filled with incredible professionals that do this work every day. There are a couple I wanted to mention. In particular, These next two started at West Hab together, I think the same week, 21 years ago. I think I have this in the ballpark. West Hab would not be the same without their contributions. Our Senior Vice President of Finance and Administration, Pat Vitelli. And West Hab's first, my right hand, our Chief Operating Officer, Jim Coughlin. I left a couple people out, but that was on purpose because you're going to hear about them now. I am our second executive director, and I was mentored by an incredible visionary for our organization, as we all were. And I know he's watching as well, and we do have a special Leadership and Vision Award for him for what he meant to this company. I will gladly hand deliver this one, and that is to West Hab's former president and CEO, Bob Miller. We have two more special awards for people who are departing West Hab this year. There is no doubt that West Hab would not be the same organization without their input and impact. The first individual is the longest tenured West Hab employee in history, and he has the stacks of paper in his office to prove it. He is retiring in just the next couple weeks. He's been with us for 34 years. He's had every title in those years. We keep inventing new words. He pretty much is Senior Vice President of whatever needs to get done. We will miss him, and congrats on your retirement, Ken Belfer. There's Ken. Ken. The other individual departing the West Hab family this year, but will never be far, will always continue to be an advisor to me, is a founding member of our board who continued that board service for 40 years, continuous. He, in many ways, is the heart and soul of West Hab, as well as the moral conscience. For our founder and for 40 years of service, we have a special award tonight for Father John Dufell. I stand on really tall shoulders at West Hab. We've really built something special here together. I'm so grateful. I told you I have a lot of names tonight, but we have a lot of friends. It's a good thing. I'd like to thank tonight's event sponsors, our 40th anniversary sponsor, Christine and Tom Tormey, along with Goldman Sachs Gives. I'll try to do these as groups. Our gold sponsors, Apple Bank, Regeneron, the Slate Property Group, and the Stag Group. Our silver sponsors, Off-Gang Architects, Betty and Stuart Cotton, Cassette and Al Gutierrez along with JLL, Ranny and Ken Hanaw, iPark and National Resources, we're getting through it, John Ali and Michael Korengold, Lamb Insurance Services, Ruth and Andrew Sussman, Roseanne and Mark Welshamer, and Annie Zaldistani and John Griffin. Thank you all. I mentioned we were really excited about tonight, right? So as I mentioned, we are closing out the Dayspring campaign tonight, and that's only possible because of the generosity we've received over the last few years, the outpouring of support who believed in this vision. When we went into this old church, not everyone saw this vision, and you'll see some pictures throughout the night. This place has been transformed. In that time, there were two gifts that were truly transformational to our efforts. They really put us over the top on being able to deliver this amazing resource to this community. So the first, and we've mentioned their family, but the son and his wife of Judy and Charlie Weinberg are here tonight from Hawaii. They flew in from Hawaii a couple years ago, took a tour to this old church. We talked a lot about how this is the thing your dad believed in more than anything else. We are unbelievably grateful for your transformational gift to Dayspring, and we have a special award tonight for David and Vivian Weinberg. And we have another very special recognition tonight for someone who's become a dear friend to West Hab and to Dayspring, who truly believes in what Dayspring is all about. This individual actually helped found the playgroup that still endures to this day with the Reformed Church of Bronxville and was incredibly hands-on with our efforts. She actually called me last week and said, you know, I firmly believe, knowing Mary J. Blige is from Yonkers, that the next Mary J. Blige is going to come from Dayspring, and you know that I agree. This individual made an unbelievable, transformational gift to the Dayspring campaign that made this thing a reality, and we're so grateful to Karen Coons. I want to thank all of our Dayspring committee members that have met with us, mostly on Zoom lately, and brought us to this point. Betsy Bush, Betty Cotton, David Katz. Yeah, if they're at your table, you have to clap. John Lee Korengold, Jesse Krasnow, Mary Mcintosh, Richard Pink, Christine Tormey, and the chair of our Dayspring committee and a member of our board, who'll actually be the next presenter, someone who really believed in Dayspring from the beginning, was there at the groundbreaking, was there at the ribbon cutting. It was definitely the first guy to shoot hoops in the building because you brought your own ball, which was pretty awesome. And he'll present tonight's Community Partnership Award, and that's Ken Hanaw.
It's okay. Good evening, and thank you, Rich. I like to say that on the 8th day, God created Rich Nightingale. And I'm not kidding. I mean, he is truly amazing. And he's a Giants fan, which is good. And he's become a great friend. So, Rich, thank you. And Rich and this amazing team at West Hab, and they really are amazing, have dreamed the impossible dream here. In creating this wonderful, and hopefully you'll see it tonight, and we want you to come over and see it in person over the coming weeks, but this amazing community center and housing complex in a real community of need in Nodine Hill, where roughly 50% of the families live under the poverty line. And the Dayspring Commons, where there's going to be 25 apartments for people for affordable housing. There was over 1,000 applications for those 25 apartments. I mean, you think about that, and it's just staggering what the needs are around us. And so it's just hugely gratifying to be here tonight, and because this was a dream in the making. And it's going to be a real difference maker for that community. And I want to reiterate what Rich said. We just want to thank everyone in this room. We know everyone's busy. It is great to be together in person, but to come out and support this the way you have, folks at home, and so many others. We know people have a lot of different causes that they like to support, and so we just really, really appreciate your generosity from the Dayspring Committee, from the board at West Hab, and all the folks at West Hab. You know, thank you so much. Yeah. So the Reformed Church of Bronxville has played a big part in this journey with Dayspring. There's a wonderful partnership between West Hab and the church over a long period of time. Rich mentioned I'm going to forget the name of it. The play group that is run for more than 10 years and meets on a monthly basis. It's several families from the Bronxville community coming together with folks in Nodine Hill and surrounding areas just to share in community and a meal and spend time together. And it's incredibly well attended and well received. But there's also been a lot of different volunteer initiatives that the church members have participated in over the years over in Nodine and with West Hab. And so there's a food drive with my pal, Teresa Collier, who spearheads with West Hab, where church members have come over, but also after-school tutoring and family reading time and so much more. And what's great about what's ahead of us now is the opportunity for more of that to happen. And so it's been a really, really strong relationship. And the vision for Dayspring was really shared vision between West Hab and the church. And there's plenty of folks out there tonight, Joe French, the Pinks, Roseanne Welsheimer, so many more that were on the ground floor really thinking about, hey, what can we do in our local community here to really help out? And so very much was a shared vision, and the church and the family of the church really believed and was on the ground floor of believing that this dream could become a reality. And so in no small part, a big thank you to the Reformed Church of Bronxville, the church itself, the many members who are here tonight, including my dinner partner, Karen, who's been appropriately celebrated. But it's, just a tremendous amount of gratitude and a big part of having this dream become a reality. So it's a wonderful honor for me to be able to present to the church the West Hab Community Partnership Award. And on behalf of the church, Matt Waterstone, who's the senior minister, come on up here, Matt. Who's going to receive this award. Thank you. Matt has been a really wonderful supporter of this cause of Dayspring, and we've spent, and Mary Mcintosh, who runs Mission, come on up.
He dragged me up.
And we spent a lot of time talking about Dayspring, and I think totally aligned on the opportunity to help local communities, and in this case, almost literally in our backyard, and just a shared passion for the cause and for all the programming and the volunteer opportunities that are come out of it. And so it's a lot of fun to be able to hand this over to you and give you this award. Great. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Ken. Tonight, we're here to celebrate programs. We're here to fundraise for more programs through West Hab, specifically at their Dayspring campus. Tonight, we'll hear about after-school programs, tutoring programs, food pantry programs. But what's really behind these things are people. That's what we're really here to celebrate and support. So we're here to celebrate and support people like Teresa, who we see every month at the mobile food pantry, who's like a mother hen, just watching and caring over people. We're here to celebrate people like Percio, who some of you don't know Percio, but he's a big strapping guy, and he helps unload the food and does shopping for folks who oftentimes are physically or mentally disabled, and he makes sure that they have the food they need. And we're here to celebrate and support people like Jared, who my guess is many of you don't know. He's at the homeless shelter at the Broadway Manor Soup Kitchen, where folks from the church come every month. And I just had lunch with Jared just this past month. And he's dependent upon the services that West Hab provides. So today we are here to celebrate and support people. Now, if you're like me, Rich will come and he'll talk a lot about the programs. And the programs are a good thing. I mean, I was actually just last week, I was watching a college football game, and all of a sudden there was a commercial, and there was Rich Nightingale. He was talking about the Westchester Bank and all the programs they're doing. But what's behind this tonight, my friends, is people. And that's what we're here to celebrate, and that's what we're here to support. And so on behalf of the Reformed Church of Bronxville, I am so grateful and humble to accept this award. On behalf of people that have gone on before us, people like Mark and Roseanne Welsheimer who are here tonight, people like Karen Coons, people like Lisa Kunstadter and Nick Stevens, and Joe French, Paul Muir, our mission team that has come on before us. And so tonight we celebrate people. So on behalf of all of those people at the Reformed Church of Bronxville, I simply want to say thank you very much.
Hi, don't worry, I'm not going to say much. I'm Mary Mcintosh. I'm the Director of Missional Engagement at the Reformed Church, and I just echo everything that Matt said, and I would also add that it's not just the people in the community that we're working beside, but it's every staff member from West Hab. It is just a joy to work with the West Hab staff. They are truly remarkable people themselves, and they care about everyone in the communities they serve. So thank you. This means a lot to us.
Everybody deserves a place to lay their head and to call their own. Everybody deserves a key to a door. That could be a key to a room or a key to an apartment. The streets are not home, but they are to many people. But everybody deserves to have a safe space that they call theirs. Whatever that looks like to them, they can call it home.
A lot of people come to West Hab at a difficult place in their life, at a time when they're down in their luck, and through the services that we provide, and through them sticking with their goals, they've been able to achieve unbelievable things: college degrees, living wage careers, and permanent safe places to call home. Our goal is for homelessness to be a brief and one-time experience for everyone that we serve. We support our clients through their transition to permanent housing and continue this support as they become stable in independent living. In 1981, a group of real estate professionals and activist clergy united in a mission to produce high-quality, affordable housing for Westchester County residents. This mission has remained central to our work, as West Hab has become the largest nonprofit developer of affordable housing in our county, creating over 900 units of housing. More recently, our efforts have expanded into New York City, and today, West Hab is serving more people in more places than ever before. West Hab represents home to so many people, but we are much more than that. Our youth services programs are all about empowering young people to break the cycle of poverty and strive to pursue their dreams. Each of West Hab's youth centers is bustling with energy as young people engage in academics, STEM programming, the arts, athletics, and so much more.
On our employment services side, we are providing individuals with maybe some job skills or employment opportunities, but really taking the skills that they have at a base level and allowing them to grow and flourish to be able to give back to their communities.
West Hab has placed 7,000 job seekers into employment and on a road to long-term success. Our employment services programs are designed to provide pathways to living wage jobs and ultimately self-sufficiency.
Working in the New Beginnings program to becoming a full-time staff member was a great experience. I lost the place where I was living at. It was a rough journey, not knowing what tomorrow is gonna be like. You know, I didn't have a job, I didn't have nothing. And West Hab and the New Beginning program has given me a lot. It's like giving you a part of life back.
Because it's not only just the job, it's giving you another chance in society. And in the day they hired me, I knew then that I could, you know, all the things that I had dreamed I could put in motion, knowing that sometimes you could mess up and society don't want you back in it. But I have a second chance here, and so I'm taking the best, you know, of it. So I love it.
Dayspring is the culmination of everything West Hab has been doing for over 40 years to break cycles, end homelessness, and create equitable communities. Dayspring Commons is a new, beautiful apartment building that 63 families will call home. Next door, at the full-service Dayspring Community Center, we've created a central hub for the neighborhood with comprehensive youth and adult education programs, childcare, a food pantry, access to technology, job training and employment services, and so much more.
West Hab is family.
West Hab is community.
West Hab is resiliency.
West Hab is transformative.
West Hab is a helping hand.
West Hab is opportunity, opportunity, opportunity.
West Hab is a new family.
West Hab is building communities, changing lives.
Good evening, everyone. First, I want to thank West Hab, Rich, and Jem, can't see, for inviting me to be a part of this wonderful occasion tonight. My name is Katie Green. Let me ask you something. How many of you like to hear stories? Oh, good. That's good, because tonight, I was asked to come and tell you a story, my story, and how I got connected to West Hab. So sit back, relax, keep eating and drinking, and I'm going to start. Let me just start by telling you that I am a mother of 6 and a grandmother. Not going to tell you how many right now, but I am a grandmother. And for the most part, my life is good. But that wasn't always the case. My life has not always been going well. The early years of my life were filled with a lot of trauma. So for those that knew me personally, it wasn't a surprise that my adult life kind of followed that pattern. I made a lot of poor choices, a lot of bad decisions. My life was, to put bluntly, was a dysfunctional mess. I found myself in an unhealthy, very toxic marriage with a lot of violence, arguing, fighting, and different things like that. And in order to cope, I started to self-medicate, which left me, another poor decision, left me with a huge addiction problem. As life went on for me, it was like I was holding my life together with like a piece of string. And as the toxic grew, the string started getting thinner and thinner and thinner. And my life became unmanageable. It started to spiral out of control. A lot of frustration, a lot of panic, a lot of fear, a lot of anger, a lot of guilt. And there was many times that I just felt like I couldn't breathe. I didn't want to go on. Many times I didn't want to live. And during all this mess, there's one day that really stands out. I'll never forget. I was in my apartment, and every light in the house was on. And it was one of those bad days. And for some reason, I just stood in the middle of my living room floor, and I just started screaming and screaming and screaming. And I kept shouting, I can't do this anymore, I can't do this anymore, and I can't take it. And my oldest daughter, who at that time had just turned 14, she turned to me and she looked at me, she took my hand, and she asked me, she said, "Mommy, are you having a nervous breakdown? Should I call an ambulance for you?" And as a mother, to hear your child say that to you, I can't begin to put into words what that did to my insides. Looking into her eyes, seeing the fear, but at the same time seeing the concern that I should be having for her, that she's having for me. Well, I don't know who in the universe heard me, but things quickly changed not long after that, because I received a knock on my door, and it was a marshal, and guess what? I had an eviction notice. So me and my 6 kids, we were homeless. I'll never forget the day. It was June 28th. And me and my children were driven in a van with about 4 big garbage bags to the West Tab Family Center in Elmsford. I walked into that shelter scared out of my mind. I was tired. I was beat down and tore up. I remember the first few weeks were very difficult for me. And again, it was the same 14-year-old daughter that gave me these pep talks. Ma, it's going to be okay. We're going to get through this. You know, this is only temporary. Things are going to change. But I wasn't at a place to believe that, because I was tired. I was tired. I was tired from the inside to the outside. Well, my children adjusted to the shelter life pretty good. They met friends, and it was like a vacation to them. They had fun. They went to the youth services, and they were adjusting. And when I saw the change in them, when I saw the smiles on their faces, I slowly started to find my way through with the help of the shelter staff. I can't begin to tell you, the staff at that shelter was more than amazing. The case managers, they had social workers, anywhere from security staff to the youth workers to the child care workers. They treated me and my children like they had knew me all my life. I just couldn't believe it. I was not accustomed to that kindness, that niceness, unless someone wanted something from me. And they didn't want anything from me. They just wanted things for me. So this was not what I expected. At that shelter, my children and I were offered therapy, and I signed us up. I was referred to a substance abuse program. I went faithfully every day. Slowly, me and my children started finding structure back in our life, and a relationship, again, began to form. That staff at that shelter gave me such encouragement, not every once in a while, every day, inspiration, the support. It was just overwhelming for me, who was not used to being treated like that, even in my childhood. So this was all new for me. This staff believed in me more than I would ever believe in myself. Then something really strange happened one day. While I was still in the shelter, West Tab offered me a job. They offered me a job, and I was like, okay, you know my history, right? And, they were, yeah. They told me the job was temporary, and they told me it would be part-time. I think it was 4 hours a day. I was working in the kitchen, and then that flipped to the child care department. But anyway, I took it. I didn't care. I took it. I had to get up very early. I never forget that, but I didn't care. I took it. I took it. My daughter, this 14-year-old, she was also made a leader in one of West Tab's first wilderness programs for the teens. Over time, my family got better, and we began to heal. And we began to heal from the inside out. In time, I found an apartment, moved out of the shelter, and I decided to go to college because this is what the staff kept telling me. You're capable, you're able. And I'm like, okay, let me go out and see this. So I went, got my bachelor's, and then I went and I got my master's. Any guess what I got my master's in? You're right. Thank you. I got it in social work. I wanted to provide to other mothers, other single moms, what West Tab provided to me. Sorry, said I was going to cry. You see, West Tab is just not a program like any other. It's not a program just for housing. West Tab is special. They have staff that care about people. They give you a sense of hope, encouragement, support. They let you know that you're not alone. This staff saw me. I grew up being invisible. So this staff, they saw me, they heard me. And that's special. Now, I have to tell you, June 28th, remember I told you the date, it was 20 years ago that I walked through those doors at the West Tab Family Center. But my relationship with West Tab has not ended. That temporary job has lasted 20 years. With a few promotions in there. I just celebrated my 20th year anniversary with West Tab in March. And July 4th, I celebrated 21 years clean from drugs. That 14-year-old daughter that I kept referring to, well, she's now in her 30s. She's a wife. She's a mother of herself. She also went to school. She got her bachelor's in social work, but she got a master's in education. And she's currently an educator of children with disabilities for New York City schools system, working with D75 school districts for special needs children. I would have brought her tonight, but she just gave birth to my 19th grandchild. You know, as I journey through life, you know, I often reflect and look back, and, you know, we think sometimes being evicted is the worst scenario. But for me, it was the best thing that happened in my life. I often wonder if that hadn't happened, if I hadn't become homeless, if I hadn't gone to a West Tab shelter, where would I be? Would I be standing here tonight? Would I possibly have overdosed? Would I possibly be in jail? I don't know. West Tab means it when they say about building communities, changing lives. I just gave you a story of myself and my daughter, how that changed me, changed my daughter, and that's going to affect her children and then her grandchildren. And that's what West Ave does. That's what West Ave does. So West Ave, thank you. Thank you. You not only changed my life, but you helped save my life. So thank you. Hope you like the story.
Good evening. I'm going to bring your attention back to the podium. My name is Amy Papola, and I am here tonight for the second time. This is my second round, and I am here tonight to lead you in a fundraising effort. And after that incredible story, it's a tough act to follow, but here's your opportunity to give money to help continuing changing lives. And while we've learned so much about Dayspring today, and we've heard about it for all the years it's been in development and the long road it's taken to get here, I sort of think we should call it Daysprung, because now it is here, and the programs are ready to go. The people are knocking on the door. Where's the teaching kitchen at? How can I find a new job? How do I sign up for camp? How can you help me? I'm ready to change my life. So here we are, and one of the ways you can do it is to continue giving to the future of Dayspring. All of the money raised tonight in what we call a fund in need is going to the Dayspring Community Center and the programming that will follow, and all those children and families that will be changed by the programs that are now going to be right in their backyard. So, for the first order of business, I'd like someone at your table to sort of take the lead. Reach out, grab that green envelope. Oh, look, she already has. That she knew this was coming. That bright green envelope at your table. Oh, my table's already taken care of it. Fantastic. Inside, there is a series of very large numbered cards. And each one of you should take one in your hand and hold it up and show me when you've got it. So someone with some personality, please. Take that envelope. A warm heart. I see the hands going up. I can see you all in the way in the back there. There you go. Zip, zip. We're 15, 20 minutes behind schedule. Let's get these cards out there. There you go. You're getting there. You're following direction quite well. Captains, good job back there. They're already warming their arms up. That man has 2 cards. Now, I can tell you that your name is not on this card. It's a number, but own it. Make it your number. Be one with your number. Show me those cards. How are they doing? They've circled the tables. The front down front is doing quite well. Back on the right, hold up those cards. Show me your numbers. Which numbers did you choose? Excellent. All of you, raise that hand. Now, I want you to turn your attention to the side that's facing you. That's right. This is where you put your information down and what you'd like to donate tonight. We have a couple of ways you can give, and we start high and we go low. Hopefully we'll find a number that all of you are interested in donating at. We also have the opportunity for our online community who's watching this through their computers. There is a number you can text your donation to, so please consider that as well. You can also scan using your phone. Yes, if you take out your phone right now, I won't be insulted. Use your phone, you can list the number, but we do ask that you fill out this card. Then the captains will take the cards and put them back in the envelope. But for right now, we're going to start. And we're going to start with a big ask, and I'm hoping that someone here tonight is willing or maybe came prepared. But we are asking for anyone here tonight ready to donate $10,000. Raise your paddle. Let me read out that number. There's my first hand. Paddle 249. Paddle 249 for $10,000. Paddle 300 for $10,000. And paddle 210 for $10,000. Give them a round of applause. $10,000. Just think of all the programs. Every dollar that goes to Dayspring programming and all those people that they help. And after the $10,000 level, we have a number for everybody. After $10,000, and $10,000 mean that could be 2 semesters of Skills for Life programming at the Dayspring teens. Next, after $10,000, we're looking for the $5,000 donors. Anyone here tonight at the $5,000? Oh, let me start on my left. The gentleman sitting right next to me, no pressure. Paddle 113, paddle 107, paddle 282, paddle 293, paddle 299, same table, thank you very much. Paddle 303 and paddle 301, sitting next to each other, but they're not together. 2 separate households, or maybe not. All right. There we are. Those are the 5,000s. That's one side of the room. Anyone over here? Thank you, sir. Paddle 149. Paddle 149. Holding down the right side of the room. At the $5,000 level, I mean, that places Dayspring job seekers into employment and supports them throughout their entire first year of employment. $5,000. Anyone else at the $5,000 range? And you could give 2 5s for 10. We'll still thank you very much. $5,000. All right, $5,000. We're done there. How about $2,500? Who's in at $2,500? Paddle 233 for $2,500. Paddle 240 for $2,500. Paddle 156, thank you so much. Paddle 175 for $2,500. $25, you know they have that up. There you are, paddle 379. We were waiting for you. Thank you so much. That can deliver an artist in residency for 1 whole semester for the Dayspring Teen Youth Program. So after $2,500, what do you know? What do you think is next? That's right, $1,000. Raise your paddles if you're here for $1,000. This is always a favorite. I'm going to start on the left side of the room. I'll start on the right side. You guys keep your hands up. On the right side of the room, we have paddle 180, paddle 201, paddle 2606, paddle 206, paddle 342, paddle 333, paddle 341, paddle 169, paddle 372, paddle 226, paddle 227, paddle 120, paddle 135, paddle 122, paddle 121, paddle 242, paddle 245. There you go, paddle 302, paddle 112, paddle 110, paddle 251, paddle 256, paddle 253, paddle 286, paddle 252, paddle 252, paddle 261. Is that everybody? Did I miss anybody? How's my scribe doing, more importantly? He's keeping tally because we want to know immediately how we doing. Anyone else at the $1,000 level? I could even take 2 for 1,000 at 2,000. At 1,000, we're all caught up. At $1,000, fantastic. $1,000, you just purchased MacBooks for use by our Dayspring Youth Program. MacBooks for everybody, fantastic. Yes, thank you very much. All right, here's another favorite in the room. How about the $500 level? $500 on my right, paddle 348, paddle 204, paddle 340, paddle 364, paddle 137, paddle 211, paddle 135, paddle 2 323, paddle 321, paddle 314 with an effective hand in the air, paddle 125, thank you so much. I see you, paddle 270. I see you, paddle 270. Anyone? Oh, paddle 105. I see you now. Paddle 105. All of you, that pays for a college visit for a group of Dayspring teens. And we all know how important it is to make your way towards whatever college or advanced education program that suits your interests. At $500, that's all of our $500 bids. How are we doing over there, Scribe? All right, he's caught up. And we've got two more price points. We've got $250. Who's in at $250? At $250, raise your paddles. Paddle 137, paddle 151, paddle 155, paddle 362, paddle 362, paddle 363, paddle 213, paddle 271, paddle 283, paddle 221, paddle 250, paddle 250, paddle 177, thank you, paddle 177, any more at the $250, you all, oh, one more, I see, whoa, hold up, paddle 224, paddle 224, and who else? Paddle 250, I think we've got it. Paddle 250. All of you, that covers 1 week of Dayspring summer camp for a young person. Look at all the people you just supported to send to summer camp. Yes, give yourselves a round. And now, one more price point, and this is a biggie, because for each person that donates, you basically you're purchasing 3 weeks of groceries for a family of 4 at the food pantry. How they're able to support 4 people a week's groceries on just $100 is a real amazing feat, but they get it done. They get it done. So who here at the end of it all, at $100, raise your paddles at the $100 rate. 100, thank you, paddle 145, paddle 144, I think that's your entire table as given, paddle 216, oh, the whole table right here, paddle 222, 220, 225, 315, paddle 317, paddle 279, paddle 277, paddle 257, paddle 106, paddle 260, paddle 262, paddle 377, paddles 345, paddle 361, paddle 182, paddle 182. Now Rich is over here smiling like crazy. He's doing the math as we speak. At $100, all of you, groceries, food pantry, so necessary. Anyone else like to donate? Shout out any number. There is the other box on your cards. Feel free to fill it in, and don't forget to put the cards, please, back in the envelopes. Captains, that's your last task, is to collect those cards, and our staff will come around and pick them up before the end of tonight. We will take cash, credit cards, pay through the QR code, and after all of that, I just want to say it's been my pleasure. You're one of the most generous rooms I ever work with. Thank you so much for making my job so easy. I'm in honor.
All right. Last thing before dinner, they tell me not to curse up here, so I won't. But we are blown away. We walked into this room tonight hoping to reach a $600,000 goal. We had about 85 to go. We just raised $126,000 in this room. My wife knows I'm a social worker, not a math guy. We have cleared our goal of $600,000. What I said in the beginning is true. We are closing the Dayspring campaign tonight so that that building and that campus can open for that community. We are so grateful. Please enjoy your dinner. We'll be back with the next 2 awards in just a minute. Thanks so much. Thanks to everyone in this room tonight.